Ryan Agencies, your locally invested independent insurance agency. The Ryan Agency supports your hometown. Unlike online insurance companies, people at the Ryan Agencies live and invest here, consistently supporting hundreds of local organizations. The Ryan Agencies, your hometown supporter and source for all things insurance.
Insurance protection you can rely on. The Ryan Agency. In doing the work you do, if you're hurt, we'll help you through.
Don't be fooled. Video hearings are as critical as appearing in person.
Make sure your rights are protected.
Your employer has trained specialists on their side.
And the judges work for New York State.
The only person on your side
is the attorney at your side.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, "Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out."
Stop in at Maple City Dodge and see all the legendary brands we have to offer.
I never thought I'd be able to afford my dream vehicle, and with help from Doug from Maple City Dodge, he helped turn that dream into a reality.
I bought my Jeep at Maple City Dodge for the price and exceptional service. It was my first time, I'll be back again.
It's Maple City Dodge's 50th year of business. The reason for that is our great sales and service, so come on in and see us.
Laura and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our veterans, especially those who have served or are currently serving overseas.
Here at the Dagan Funeral Home, we take pride in serving the funeral needs of our veterans. We can arrange military services and, if desired, burial in a VA cemetery. We will provide an American flag, a veteran's cemetery marker, and can also apply for military death benefits.
The Dagan Funeral Home, 5 generations of the Dagan family serving our veterans.
St. James Hospital in Hornell is a great place to be a nurse.
The best part of my job at St. James is our sense of community. Whether you're sick or if you're injured or if you need a CPR course, I feel that we're here to address your needs.
St. James Hospital is hiring skilled and compassionate nurses for our state-of-the-art emergency, inpatient, and surgery departments. In addition, we are offering $15,000 sign-on bonuses for RNs and $5,000 for LPNs. Come join our tight-knit community that cares for you as much as we care about our patients.
Are you still looking for a truck? Simmons Rockwell is your pre-owned truck headquarters with over 400 late model, low mileage trucks available across 5 locations. Stop searching empty lots and visit simmons-rockwell.com now to view hundreds of quality pre-owned trucks you can drive home today. Make car buying simple when you click Drive Your Deal on hundreds of pre-owned trucks at...
Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's Section 5 Livingston County matchup between Hornell and Livonia. I'm Bob Peitscher, a little bit late getting on here. Busing issues for Livonia, getting them down to Hornell. They didn't arrive till about 4:35, and then of course had to do their warm-ups. So here we go at the plate, Wyatt Raponi to lead things off for Livonia. On the mound, Cullen Haley, and looking at strike number 1. One and one. Strike 2. And that's the first strikeout for Hornell. Tom Stewart 1-1 to Stewart. Sophomore. Stewart's got a big frame on him. For a sophomore, good things to come from him. 2-1. So 2 outs. Haley is a starting pitcher is 3-0. He's got 37 strikeouts on the year and against 13 balls and walks. 13 walks, I should say. And a strike 1. This is number 10, Connor Benitez at the plate. Swings through that one. And there he gives up a base hit. Center fielder Gates Miller gets it in. This is Alex Benitez. And the third out. So good job by Haley. Faced 4 batters, 1 left on, no errors, still 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Today's game brought to you by First Heritage Federal Credit. You can open a Casasa checking account, a checking account that pays you. That's right. It's right. Earn cashback rewards, foreign ATM fees, and visit one of their 15 locations in the southern tier of New York. The Dagan Funeral Home, 38 Church Street in Hornell, 324-3500. Cremation services only $16.95 plus the crematory fee. The Ryan Agency's 3 great locations to serve you better in Hornell, Jasper, and Wellsville. 324-7500 is your Hornell location. Stop in. Insurance protection, you can rely on the Ryan Agency's. Maple City Dodge, Airport Roads, North Hornell. Great sales, great service, and all Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. Stop up and see Gary Harwood and his staff. Maple City Dodge. Elderwood at Hornell, long-term care facility, short-term rehab. Don't forget they have adult daycare. Check out the beautiful facilities across from the Wegmans Walmart Plaza adjacent to Lowe's. It's Elderwood, of course, Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys' offices in Buffalo, Rochester, New York City. Call 585-262-COMP for Connors and Ferris. St. James Hospital and Dr. Andrew Wilhelm, your sports medicine physician, 385-3740. Thanks, Dr. Wilhelm, and welcome to Hornell. So we go to the bottom of the first. Gates Miller, who's been struggling as of late, still in the first leadoff position here. Thought maybe Coach Kinney would mix things up. Obviously, you want your hottest hitter to lead things off. And Gates, like I said, just struggling a little bit. I'm sure he'll come out of it, but still sees the ball very, very well. So I don't blame him for not switching him, but it's kind of funny. We had how obviously batters will. Cullen Haley started, I think, 0 for 10 this year and then came on fire. Gates was just the opposite. Gates was like 10-0, or maybe not to that extreme, but started out really hot and has kind of struggled as of late. And they're obviously getting along. It's a tough loss the other day, to 10-4 at Wayland Cohocton, but hopefully they'll right the ship here. Gates Miller, obviously a left-handed batter too. Swings through the first one for strike one. On the mound, number 10, Connor Benitez. We saw him at the plate in the first inning. And strike two. Got to level out the swing a little bit more. Looks like he's swinging upright a little bit. That's in the dirt. Outside, 2-2. Really, Hornell hasn't changed. Coach Kinney hasn't changed the lineup at all much this year. Obviously, it's still not halfway through the season yet, just about, but that time hit directly to Luke Stewart, and Stewart takes care of it for the first out. Griffin Baker up. Baker takes a ball. See, this is how I put the balls in strikes that you see on the screen here. Swings through that one for strike one. Griffin Baker hitting .226 this year. He's got 7 hits. That's outside 2-1. That's inside. 3-1. That's all right. And swings through that one. Strike two, full count. Yep. And there's strike three. So catcher Nick Oyer up, third position in the lineup. Oyer gets a hold of one. Oh, and it kind of struggled to get over there. Oyer keeps hustling like he should. Perfect job's going to come in with a triple. Going to have to give him a triple on that, although I didn't. They posted chainsaw. So he ends up on third, but really kind of laboring to get over there is the right fielder. And it's hard to tell. There is a wind here, and it's blowing right out at right field. So it's right, basically right to just a little bit further from him. So I could see why he struggled trying to get to it at all. What a nice triple. Oyer has come alive too, batting .310 on the season. That's his 10th hit of the season. It's his first triple. Oh, and 2. This is Jacob Panicello. Panicello batting an impressive .320. Not the highest average on the team, but that's Wyatt Argenteri batting .333. Only one home run for Hornell this year, and that's... There's a base hit. It's going to bring one run home as Oyer crosses the plate. Good job by Ponicello. Ponicello keeps his hitting streak alive. Or hitting in-game streak, I should say. So Hornell scores 1 run. And here we talked about Wyatt Argentieri, who has the best average, batting .333 for Hornell. Wyatt's got 24 plate appearances. He's got 8 hits and 3 RBIs. Throw over to first. Ponicello not taking too much of a lead there off first base. Ponicello staying home. And a swing through that one. 2-1. Or was it 1-2? Like I said, there's no scoreboard here. I'm just going what the umpire is giving me. And he struck out. Wyatt struck out looking. That's the end of 1. We'll be back for second inning after this. See you guys.
St. James Hospital in Hornell is a great place to be a nurse.
The best part of my job at St. James is our sense of community. Whether you're sick or if you're injured or if you need a CPR course, I feel that we're here to address your needs.
St. James Hospital is hiring skilled and compassionate nurses for our state-of-the-art emergency, inpatient, and surgery departments. In addition, we are offering $15,000 sign-on bonuses for RNs and $5,000 for LPNs. Come join our tight-knit community that cares for you as much as we care about our patients.
Are you still looking for a truck? Simmons Rockwell is your pre-owned truck headquarters with over 400 late model, low mileage trucks available across 5 locations. Stop searching empty lots and visit simmons-rockwell.com now to view hundreds of quality pre-owned trucks you can drive home today. Make car buying simple when you click Drive Your Deal on hundreds of pre-owned trucks at simmons-rockwell.com.
So welcome back, 1-0. Hornell scoring on a triple by Oyer. And a base hit by Ponicello, who drove Oyer home. This is Jack Kearney, the junior. Kearney gets a hold of it, and this is going to be extra bases. Yep, Kearney comes in. So 1 pitch, a double by Kearney. So Brady O'Keefe, the freshman, throw down to second. Kearney back in time. I thought I'm not sure if they were. Head coach was asking if he bunted or not, or pulled it back. Right down the middle. 2-0. 0-2, I'm sorry. That's inside. That's going to put Kearney on third. Two and two. Fouled off. Excuse me. Outside walked him. So 2 on, nobody out here. Connor Fian, sophomore, a very young team. I happened to talk to head coach Scott Gilman, when we played at Livonia, a game that Hornell won. Said a young team learning little by little, getting better and better, and playing a lot better today than they did at the game at Livonia. There's a strike. That's popped out of play. Don't forget, we'll be live tomorrow from Wellsville as Hornell travels to Wellsville in varsity baseball. And we're going to be live, hopefully if everything goes right, this Friday for the Hornell Invitational Track Meet. The big problem there is it's a 6-hour event, and they don't have electric. And I know they said the company that is here, I guess, working on their electrical problem, because none of the stadiums they're all without electric because of the electrical fire they had underground that ruined the cabling. They're going to have some kind of jumping system, so they will be able to use the lights that night. So hopefully there'll be electric somehow for the concession stands and the bathroom and everything, because there's hundreds of people here. 2 and 2. He has a strikeout here. Connor Fian at the plate. Colin Haley delivers and a strikeout. So an important strikeout. So first baseman Luke Stewart with runners on the corners. Again, Luke Stewart, a senior, first baseman, runner going. And no chance in sending it down there, and that's a good decision by Oyer. Obviously, that's designed to man on third, Kearney home. Because not only you got to make one good throw, you got to make two good throws. So that's where putting. And he's out at home. Beautiful job by Haley. Yeah, Stewart wasn't even an interest there by Haley. Let Stewart get to first, no big deal. Gives 2 outs. Unfortunately, it's a great idea to bunt. Just couldn't get the bunt in the right position. You want to send it up the third baseline with a little bit of distance. O'Keefe at third now and Stewart at first. It happens. That's just nice play call by the coach, but unfortunately didn't work out for Livonia that time. Jake Watkins, one of the other seniors. Only 4 seniors on the team, so a very young Livonia team. And there's the third out. Beautiful job. No runs. 2 men left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Today's game brought to you by Simmons & Rockwell Ford, top-notch sales service. Make car buying simple when you drive your deal at Simmons & Rockwell Ford and Simmons & Rockwell Nissan right across the street. Simmons & Rockwell. Home health care services, in-home health care in the very privacy of your very own home. Give them a call, 324-4142. Get nurses, home health care aides. Just need the dishes done, they can help out. Home health care. Hess's tree and stump removal, bucket truck service, chipping, stump grinding. Dependable expert service, call 324-1326. And Valley Apparel and Designs, they do custom apparel and signage. Give them a call, 871-8777. I can say it. Team School Sports Work Apparel. Now I'm going to change that ad. That was the ad I had to put on there, and it wasn't the right one, so I apologize. Italian Villa, 196 Seneca Street, 324-6063. Italian Villa, Butler Excavating and Concrete, City View Towing, Transport, and Auto Repair. Call 324-7400. Butler Excavating and Concrete, City View Towing, Transport, and Auto Repair. Apex Chiropractic, helping you achieve new heights in wellness. There's Dr. Joseph McKay, Doctor of Chiropractic for over 14 years, also Professor of Nutrition and a professional natural bodybuilder, 382-3751. Looking to buy or sell a property, it's Howard Hanna and Reggie Gambino, your licensed real estate salesperson. 382-3052, Reggie Gambino, Howard Hanna. Cullen Haley, who's batting 227. We talked about him earlier. He's got the home run for Hornell. That's low. Swings through that one. Oops, he's 0-2. I'm sorry. That first one was a strike. Like I said, I'm relying on the umpire, and I told him, please hold your hands up high so I can tell what the count is since there's no scoreboard here. And I'm an individual trying to do 20 different things. Haley's got 5 hits on the season, 6 RBIs. He's also got 2 doubles, which is important. You get those extra bases out of your hitters. Extremely important. There's strike 3. Unfortunately, I'm not getting anything out of him this at bat. As Haley goes down. Riley Cullen up now, batting 133. He's got 2 hits and 3 RBIs. But he's crossed the plate. He gets on base. He's crossed the plate 5 times this year, so he's got part of 5 runs batted in. Of course, Cullen, one of the higher on the team with 4 walks. Oh, and it goes over the first baseman. Stewart couldn't handle it. Haley, I think he might have been safe anyways. That's tough. I don't know what to give him because I couldn't exactly tell if he had beaten the throw or not. It's kind of a lazy throw over from short. Haley or Riley, I'm sorry. Cullen has quite the speed, so I'm going to give him a hit because I'm not sure. I couldn't tell. So Dominic Naska batting .231. He's got 30 plate appearances. Or I'm sorry, he's got 30 plate appearances. 6 hits, 2 RBIs. Struck out 8 times, though, unfortunately. One of the leaders on the team. Pops that one. That's going to be out of play. Good crowd. We have the Hornell Association Little League team here. Enjoying the game. I'm going to stop and see them play. They play tomorrow at the Little League field. While we'll be in Wellsville. Hornell at Wellsville tomorrow. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Oh, no, it isn't. What closing that time. Beautiful job. I thought for sure he was a step behind, but good closure that time by number 22, Jake Watkins. Good job, Jake. Fooled me. So Gennaro Pico, who's been struggling at the plate with strike 1. Gennaro, unfortunately, 19 plate appearances, only has 1 hit. His defense has been very good, so it's hard to... Can't sit him, and you don't want it just because, he's struggling with the plate, but he'll get it. He'll come around. It's like he always does. One thing I've noticed, I think he's been a little bit behind trying to, at the plate, just, that one popped up. Don't hit my car. Pico has 1 RBI with that 1 hit, and there he strikes out. Catcher thought there was another. It was only 2 outs, but that's the end of. It's the end of 2. We'll be back with the 3rd after this.
Laura and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our veterans, especially those who have served or are currently serving overseas.
Here at the Dagan Funeral Home, we take pride in serving the funeral needs of our veterans. We can arrange military services and, if desired, burial in a VA cemetery. We will provide an American flag, a veteran's cemetery marker, and can also apply for military death benefits.
The Dagan Funeral Home, 5 generations of the Dagan family.
From the southern tier to Rochester to Buffalo, people come from all around to get the great deals here at Maple City Dodge.
We always choose Maple City Dodge for their sales and service, especially their customer service.
That's why you should come to Maple City Dodge.
There's nowhere else I'd rather go than Maple City Dodge. Gary Harwood always goes the extra length to make sure my babies and I are happy and safe.
Here at Maple City Dodge, we're committed to our customer for great deals and great service. Come on in and see us.
So welcome back. Top of the third, Hornell leading 1-0. Number 17, Wyatt Raponi, leads things off here in the third for Livonia. Fouls that one back. Livonia had a chance, threatened in the second, but good pitching, good fielding. Was able to get Hornell out of that one. 0-2 to Raponi. Raponi, the senior. And that's low. 1-2. Cullen Haley still on the mound. Undefeated for Hornell at 3-0. And there's strike three. I thank everybody for joining us in the Livonia area and Hornell area and around Section 5, around the country and around the world. Got someone chiming in from South Carolina watching. Oh, and a nice pitch by Haley that time. It's Tom Stewart chasing. See someone from Virginia too is on with us. Someone from Collier Street here in Hornell. First baseman Griffin Baker makes chase, but unable to get that one. That's low. 1-2. Tom Stewart, only a sophomore. Like I said, if you just joined us, a very young Livonia team, 4-5 on the season. Hornell 5-4, and that's an out. Strikeout, tag out, or whatever you want to call it. I talk about it all the time. What a ass that it is to have Nick Oyer as a senior, as a catcher. Just does a great job. What a great team leader he has, or is, and has been. 0-1. This is Connor Benitez. That's outside for 1-1. Benitez. Nice play by Rose, who bounces it, but nice scoop and collection by Baker. Got him smiling like, Go to the bottom of the third. Today's game brought to you by Dr. Pat Pico, 15 Loader Street in Wellsville, 585-596-4129, providing quality care to the residents of Steuben and Allegheny County for over 25 years, part of the U of R Jones Medicine Group. Dr. Pat Pico, and proudly serving the Southern Tier since 1989. Call 324-6690 for John N. Dagan. John N. Dagan. And MysticMedia.com, your small business digital success partner, web development, search optimization, blog content, and so much more. Log on to MysticMedia.com. Mystic Media. Ed's Computer Sales and Service, 180 Main Street. Call 324-6424. Needed a computer, one repaired. It's Ed's Computers in Hornell. Ed's Computers was in there today, looking at a new laptop. Gilio's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. It was at Gilio's today, too. 382-0836. Got to get a new outdoor faucet for my hose. Accepting new patients over 30 years experience with back, neck, and spine. You got headaches? All your spine care needs. Dr. Rich Chakowski and Dr. John Wyan, Wyan Chiropractic, and Gray Manufacturing Industry since 2006. Transit Industry Engineering, Consulting, and Manufacturing. Thanks everybody down there in the South Yards. Gray Manufacturing. I know there's a Gray Manufacturing Little League team, I think, as well. I saw one of the pictures online. I do plan on doing a couple Little League games this year. I don't have anything scheduled yet. Just keep an eye on the Peisch Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget you can get all the latest news on Peisch News on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, too. So you can see all the latest news stories from the Southern Tier. Here we go, bottom of the third. Hornell up. Hornell's top of the order is Gates Miller. Gates. And he is out. Kind of a slow roller. It was a tough play, but a beautiful play by Christopher. Wait a minute, is that right? Did he just come in? Amadeo? Is that how you say his last name? I've said it before, and I apologize if I'm not saying it right. So 1 out. Griffin Baker. Baker with 7 hits this year at 37 plate appearances. He's got 2 RBIs, and he just has a double, too, as well. If you happen to watch the Hornell at Waco game a couple days ago, he started out on fire against Waco and then just had a tough 5th inning. And ended up losing 10-4, Hornell did. I'm not sure what the count is. I apologize. Swings through that one for strike 3. 2 outs. Nick Oyer, who had a triple his first at bat. Looks like, it's dark out. Looks like rain, but no... One and one. That's in the dirt. 2 and 1. That's popped up too, and that's going to be, I thought that was going to be over his head, but that was good position this time. Jack Kearney, that was hit to him twice, so that's, he knew, what great play by actually Kearney or coaching, one or the other, or both, that had him move over a little bit, knowing that Orr was going to push the ball. So that's the end of 3. We're going to be back for the 4th after this.
In doing the work you do, if you're hurt, we'll help you through.
Don't be fooled. Video hearings are as critical as appearing in person.
Make sure your rights are protected.
Your employer has trained specialists on their side.
And the judges work for New York State.
The only person on your side
is the attorney at your side.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
of cash back and earn up to 4% on your debit card purchases. We'll even refund up to $25 per month of your ATM fees. So, what would you do with your free cash rewards? Maybe put them towards those long-desired home improvements? Hey, they're your free cash rewards. Spend them however you want. Visit fhfcu.org to learn more and open your account today.
So top of the fourth we go. We're now still up 1-0. Alex Benitez approaches the plate, sets his feet, takes a few practice swings, and he's ready. Alex, a junior, listed at 5'8", 165 pounds. You know what's funny on the list here of that I get from the teams? There's only 3 players that are actually list their height and weight. The rest of them are all blank. Hornell, do they have any? I didn't even look at Hornell's. No, Hornell doesn't have any weights. Or he used to have all that stuff detailed. Not that it's that important, but 2-1. And there's right to Rose. Beautiful play. Shrugs it off like no big deal. I do it every game. One of my favorite schools to visit is Livonia, especially around early fall and maybe late summer. Obviously it can be very cold and windy when you go to do a soccer game up there. And it was nice to go to the baseball game. They have very, very nice sunsets on the hill there. And it's an easy place to get to. We just go through Dansville and up the hill. And Hornell played at Bolivar this year, and they have an all-turf field, which is very interesting. We've done a game there before, and it's nice because it can be raining out, and they don't call the game because you don't have to deal with mud at all when you're on an all-turf. And there's a strike 3. So Kearney goes down, and Brady O'Keefe with 2 outs. I mean, I wonder if they've ever done a complete. They must have a complete breakdown of what you save on maintenance fees. And what the cost of obviously putting concrete, you have to put concrete down underneath it, I'm pretty sure, or blacktop base underneath the whole thing. And the runoff and stuff, but you don't have any maintenance, don't have any lining to do. You just have to obviously run the turf sweeper off it, once in a while just to. Obviously your games, like you said, you don't have a lot of rainouts, so there's not a lot of rescheduling, so there's a lot of pluses to it. And there's the 3rd out. Just a thought. I know they had talked about it because Hornell was the first public high school in New York State to have turf back in 1988. And they built, obviously, the stadium over there. There you can see just out in the corner, you can see the stadium part of it, and see the artificial. They had the artificial track too. The first public high school to have artificial track as well. See the turf, I guess, through the. There it is. Obviously, it's on its 3rd generation now, and it's a field turf, as you can see some guys over there playing soccer. I think they're playing soccer, yep. But what I was getting at is they were talking about putting this turf at the same time. And Ray Nankiville and his crew, they do just a great job. Oh, and actually, I mentioned to Ray the other day I said, everything's perfect, Ray, except the coach's box, but he got to it. Look at that. And he was understaffed for a while, but he does a great job. This is one of the best fields in Section 5, also the home of the collegiate Hornell Steamers, used to be the Dodgers. At Wayland the other day, I noticed, and I had never seen it before, I never paid much attention, but from home plate to first, it's all grass. Like Hornell has obviously the base path there, and it's all grass in Wayland. That was pretty interesting. Hornell is one of the few that have a path between the pitcher and the catcher as well. So Jake Ponicello. But Hornell has one of the, I don't want to say worst stadiums, but it's obviously from 1960s, 64 or 65 it was built, and they can't really do any more work to it. It needs to be torn down eventually and replaced. And if I won the lottery. I guess they are the plans on moving the softball field over near here and building a new field house gymnasium, which would be great news. Where the softball fields are. And Ponicello strikes out. So Wyatt Argentieri, who struck out looking the first time at bat. Swings through that one. Connor Benitez, he's done a great job on the mound today for another swing and miss for the Bulldogs. Again, if you're just joining us, we'll be live tomorrow at Wellsville as Hornell travels down to take on the Lions. And strike three. So Wyatt, who's Hornell's hottest hitter, easy prey for Benitez. Cullen Haley. Oops, I got this wrong. We're at the bottom of the fourth. Sorry. Haley. And that's the third out. So we go to the fifth. Hornell still up 1-0. We'll be back.
The Ryan Agencies, your locally invested independent insurance agency. The Ryan Agency supports local students and athletes. They appreciate dedication, teamwork, and hometown pride. That's why they give back, sponsoring many youth academic and sports activities. The Ryan Agencies, your hometown supporter and source for all things insurance.
Insurance protection you can rely on. The Ryan Agency.
I've treated professional baseball teams, published papers on athletic injuries, worked with international sports groups, and perfected orthopedic treatments for people of all ages, from ACL surgery to concussions. Now I'm here to lead St. James Hospital's new revolutionized approach to sports medicine. Why? Because of them. I'm orthopedic surgeon Dr. Andrew Wilhelm, and I'm excited to lead this new chapter in local health.
2021. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Nice play. I'm not sure how many pitches these pitchers have thrown, but it's very few. A lot of one-pitch pop-ups and high and outside. Luke Stewart, the first baseman, up. Here's a strike. Nice fastball by Cullen Haley. Looking to go 4-0. This is his 5th appearance. One and two. That's going to be popped up. Griffin Baker underneath. Just got word today he has committed to going to school down in Jacksonville, Florida. He's going to be an underwater welder, making like $150 an hour, $200 an hour, whatever it is. I guess he started taking welding at the BOCES program, and just, you know, if I push any of these kids, I was lucky enough to grow up as an electrician. As we look at Jake Watkins, 1-1, and you know, learned electric from my father, who was an electrician from 10 years old, and still have all my tools and still do my own electric, and my sisters and stuff. I always try to push anybody toward a trade. I mean, you can make a lot of money if you don't want to go to college, and just great. And this is a college, or just a trade school of some sort. I didn't really get into the details of it, but just what a great and exciting future that Griffin Baker has ahead of him. I was talking to Jane Spatunik, too, who is the superstar soccer and basketball player. She's going to Alabama University. Roll Tide. Asked her if she was going to play soccer or anything. She was, nope. She's going to play in the club sports. Yeah, a lot of these colleges obviously have even traveling club sports and stuff. I remember 20 years ago, it was funny to see it, Syracuse University played here in this field. That's low, full count. It was neat to see the uniform, but it was a club baseball. Syracuse is one of the only a few ACC teams that don't have, unless they do now, I don't think they do, have a baseball team. And they came down and played Alfred University, and they played here. I came over and watched the game. There's strike three, wow. Haley doing a great job. Today's game brought to you by the genuine, the original, the Overhead Door Company of Canisteo Valley, 382-8172. Commercial, residential, agricultural doors. Get everything you need. Thanks, Jim Oyer. First Heritage Federal Credit Union. 15 locations here in the southern tier of New York. Stop in and check out all the financial services that First Heritage can offer you. What a great addition to this community, First Heritage Federal Credit Union. The Dagan Funeral Home, 38 Church Street. Cremation services only $16.95 plus the crematory fee. Thanks, Jim Dagan, Laura Pico. The Ryan Agencies, Hornell, Jasper, and Wellsville, 324-7500. Or stop in at 57 Broadway. Insurance protection you can rely on at the Ryan Agencies. Maple City Dodge, Airport Road, North Hornell. Great sales, great service on all Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. Thanks, Gary Harwood and the Birch Brothers at Maple City Dodge. Maple City Dodge Elderwood at Hornell is a skilled nursing facility providing comprehensive personalized care through a variety of programs such as physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Also adult daycare, 324-6990. And Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys, offices in Buffalo, Rochester, New York City. Call 585-262-COMP for Connors and Ferris. So Riley Cullen at the bottom of the 5th. Hornell would let, a little chase that time by Cullen. It's funny, we got a Riley Cullen, that's his last name, and we got a Cullen Haley, the pitcher that's for Hornell. That's outside 1-1. Don't forget, coming this summer, the Hornell Steamers collegiate baseball team. Always a fun time to come to the stadium and watch them. 2-1 to Riley Cullen. Cullen gets a hold of it. And did he pull him off? He got him. Looked like he lifted up his back toe, but it's hard to tell from where I am, but nice stretch that time. He's got one heck of a little stretch on him. Clark. Or Stewart. I said Clark. Stewart, I'm sorry. Clark was from Waco, first baseman. As we fly along in this game, Dominic Naska. Nice play. Gennaro Pico with 2 outs. I guess they were talking about with the plans. Actually, you know, before I even talk about what the plans are here for Hornell, I can't wait to see what Livonia does with their school district. I remember mentioning up there, I said, make sure you put some platforms in for a video. Because I'd love to maybe do more games up there if I could. If they, even in the baseball field, if they put a platform out there, because I have cameras that we can put out, and I want to do the same thing here that you can see, just like you, if you're watching a professional game, you can see behind the pitcher and where the actual pitch goes. And you can use multiple cameras and stuff, and, you know, especially if they're going to build new facilities for soccer or whatever, have a place for cameramen and, you know, plan that stuff ahead of time, and it can get done. So I'm lucky Hornell, they make room for me. So anyways, that's it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this.
Today.
So top of the 6th. See the cloudy skies here. There's Wyatt Raponi. Swings through that one for strike 3. Yeah, my hope is, just because I love what I do, and obviously I'm full-time, this is what I do, streaming and video production and all that, so it's trying to get more people involved with doing it better than just the, inside. The huddle cams and stuff like that just don't, aren't very good. Nothing like having on the screen scoreboard, clearer picture, announcer, whether it be me or not. You can always mute me if you don't want announcing. Ooh, that looked down the middle. But just when they build these new facilities, I was lucky. I had just started my business when they built the football stadium over here, and they actually have a press box. That's all it's for, is media and television. And there's a place right for the camera, and been like that ever since. It was just luck that I had started that year in 1988, and when they were finishing it, and they added that press box to it. So Haley issues a walk. Nice at-bat by Raponi that time. Tom Stewart, the sophomore, up. Nice throw over to first by Haley. I just noticed this. I didn't even pay much attention that there's only one umpire here. So Tom Stewart, like we said, the sophomore at the plate. Stewart, going to be a double play. And he does! Beautiful play. 6-4-3, 2 outs. Just what the doctor ordered, Dr. Haley. He's been done a great job here today. Connor Benitez, the junior. If you're just joining us, like you said, very young Livonia team. It's like I see Reed Van Scooters playing for the Chanticleers of Coastal Carolina. Has done well. I guess he gave up a grand slam. Is that I read yesterday? I've been kind of paying attention to what's going on in his career. Just an amazing pitcher from Livonia. Coastal Carolina, that's where one of our sponsors, Strobel Supply, Mike Fortuna played. Went on to play AAA baseball years and years ago. There's strike 3. Sorry, I'm not putting the... But he played at Coastal Carolina. You know, Coastal Carolina is one of those schools, and it's right up there with the top-notch schools in baseball. One of the top schools in baseball is Coastal Carolina, so just a great job by Reed. As we go to the bottom of the 6th. Today's game is brought to you by Dr. Andrew Wilhelm. Injured, he's got you covered. Your sports medicine physician at St. James Hospital, 385-3740. Simmons and Rockwell Ford and Simmons and Rockwell Nissan right across the street in North Hornell. Make car buying simple when you drive your deal. Simmons and RockwellFord.com to check out all the inventory. Home health care services, 324-4142. Comfort in the very of your own health care and comfort of your very own home. Give them a call. Hess's Tree and Stump Removal Bucket Truck Services, chipping, stump grinding, dependable expert service. 324-1326 for Hess's Tree and Stump Removal. Call Lenny Rose. Valley Apparel and Designs. They do custom apparel and signs. They do everything you see. Hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, banners, coffee mugs, anything. Give Valley Apparel and Designs a call. Italian Villa right down the street here from this ballpark. 196 Seneca Road, 324-6063. And Butler Excavating and Concrete, City View Towing, Transport, and Auto Repair, 324-7400. Thanks, Brian and Sue Butler. fact, I saw them working on North Hornell. Butler Excavating was putting new topsoil down. Apex Chiropractic helping you achieve new heights and wellness. Dr. Joseph McKay, 382-3751. Give him a call. And Howard Hanna Real Estate Services looking to buy or sell a property. It's Reggie Gambino, Howard Hanna, 382-3052. What a great combination. There's a strike. I'm going to say it again. What a beautiful job pitching by Connor Benitez today. Only a junior. Give him a close-up here. That's a little high. These two pitchers faced off against each other at Livonia, Benitez and Haley. 1-1. First baseman Griffin Baker. Oh, and it just rolls foul. Once it hit when it went off the grass, it kind of spun a little bit further. Nothing you could do about that. I just noticed that when I was talking about Strobel's, that ad hasn't popped up for some reason. It's not on this loop. But I do want to, if you're interested in the job, Strobel Supply has openings, an industrial paint and supply company. Right behind, if you look behind Wegmans Walmart Plaza, and it's behind that across the river. 40 Charlotte. Going to if you go onto their Facebook page in the next couple days, there's going to be a video of the robotics system they have. Really impressive. I remember people questioning, oh, robotics is going to take the human's position, but they actually had to hire people to run the robotic systems. You know, oh, that one gets away. And you wonder, well, why do you put robotics in if you got to hire more people to do it? Well, it's more of about the precision of what the machine can do over a human. You know, especially when you're dealing with coatings and machinery and stuff like that. Got to be precise. You know, machines can do it. So there's a huge advantage. And he rings him up. Second strikeout. So 2 strikeouts for Benitez here in the bottom half of the 6th. He works fast. Warriors up. Fouls that one off. Oh, and 2. Or 1 and 2, I apologize. Out of baseballs. Everyone's looking around. Balls, please. Now, Oyer, who is up at bat right now, I can't remember if he's either valedictorian or salutatorian for Hornell this year. That one's high, 2-2. Got accepted to Princeton. And I said Yale before, but how about Columbia? Harvard, I think. I think he got accepted to all the Ivy Leagues. Can you name all the Ivy League schools? Columbia, Yale, Princeton. Is Penn? And he got tagged. Is Penn an Ivy League? I think it is, yep. I've actually been to Penn University. So that's it. We go to the 7th. Today's game is brought to you by Dr. Pat Pico, 15 Lotus Street in Wellsville, 585-596, so 4129. One of the things I liked about he's my doctor going over there is I can always stop and get a, I don't tell him this, so maybe hopefully he's not watching. Stop and get a Texas Hot on the way back. Proudly serving the Southern Tier since 1989. Thanks, John Dagan. MysticMedia.com, your small business digital success partner, web development, search optimization, blog content, and so much more. Jim Moore at MysticMedia.com. Ed's Computer Sales and Service, 180 Main Street in Hornell, 324-6424. Need a new computer, one repaired. In fact, I was there today looking at a new laptop. Ed's Computers Sales and Service. Gilio's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, 382-0836. And Rustic Lux. Don't throw that piece of furniture away. Bring it to Rustic Lux for refurbished and re-loved furniture. It's Rustic Lux. Check out our huge showroom. Accepting new patients now. Back and neck pain, headaches, all your spine care needs. Dr. John Wine, Dr. Rich Chakowski, 324-7246. We're stopping at 20 Park Drive in Hornell. And, of course, Green Manufacturing Industries, Transit Industry and Consulting, and Manufacturing since 2006. Thanks, everybody down there in the South Yard. It's kind of a really neat facility down there. Of course, Hornell's basically the hub of transit, with Alstom building the high-speed Amtrak trains here right in Hornell. It's pretty neat if you ever from out of town and you're in the Hornell area, stop down in downtown, just past downtown Hornell. You can circle around there and you'll see a high-speed train. You know, just like the trains you see. There's a movie actually coming out called Bullet Train starring the guy who played in Moneyball, I can't remember his name. And that's what their base is on, these trains that go, 200 and something miles an hour, and that's what these trains do. They're built right in Hornell for Amtrak. Can't believe I get mental block here. Brad Pitt. Okay, jeez. Yeah, there's a movie called Bullet Train coming out. It's supposed to be really, really good. It doesn't sound good. A lot of action on a bullet train, but so if you ever get a chance, and a lot of the industry around Hornell employs support equipment for those trains. Nice. I mean, it's a beautiful throw by Oyer. Yeah, God, that was just awesome. I think even the umpire gave him a hat. He knows where to go with it. Wow. I'd love to see if wherever he lands up in college that he does play baseball. And that one's a pop-up. It's going to be foul, though. I'm not sure if he's going to play baseball or not. I told him if he decided to go to Princeton. Hornell, kid I graduated was our salutatorian, taught at Princeton. He doesn't any longer. He's at Rutgers, but was a professor at Princeton for a while. One and one. Outside 2-1. Don't forget, tomorrow, live from Wellsville. 4:30 start. Log on to Peisch Sports on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Going to be putting up the team stats as soon as I get them on there, so you'll see what Hornell team is doing this year. And then, of course, tomorrow on YouTube. Get all your local news on Peisch News on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as YouTube as well. Actually, they just started on the YouTube, and so there's a walk. So good at bat by Jack Kearney. It's going to bring up Brady O'Keefe. Now, apparently Kearney is going to be, someone's going to come in to run for Kearney. And let's take a look here. And it's number 8, Aiden O'Keefe. Aiden O'Keefe on first, Brady O'Keefe at bat. Aiden O'Keefe, a junior, and there's a strike by Haley. So Brady O'Keefe at the plate is a freshman, and Aiden O'Keefe is a junior. To give you the lowdown. There's strike 2. I bet he's running. Maybe not. There he goes. And there's a base hit, and that's going to bring a run home. Maybe. No, it isn't. I thought for sure. So 2 on the corner, so apologize about that. It just looked like it was going to get through there, but good coverage that time in right field by Ponicello. I forgot the speed of him. Oops, so this is top of the 7th. I always put, actually, I'm sorry, behind on the. So this is Connor Feehan. There's a strike. Hornell needs a double play here. That's another strike. 0-2 to Feehan. Sophomore. Feehan lifts one. And that's going to bring a run home to tie things up. The only danger of that for me is, since there's no electric here, I'm on a battery system, but it looks like I've got enough for another couple innings if it goes that far. I know that sounds strange, but and they got him. Nice throw. Down to second. As we go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back.
St. James Hospital in Hornell is a great place to be a nurse.
The best part of my job at St. James is our sense of community. Whether you're sick or if you're injured or if you need a CPR course, I feel that we're here to address your needs.
St. James Hospital is hiring skilled and compassionate nurses for our state-of-the-art emergency, inpatient, and surgery departments. In addition, we are offering $15,000 sign-on bonuses for RNs and $5,000 for LPNs. Come join our tight-knit community that cares for you as much as we care about our patients.
Are you still looking for a truck? Simmons Rockwell is your pre-owned truck headquarters with over 400 late model, low mileage trucks available across 5 locations. Stop searching empty lots and visit simmons-rockwell.com now to view hundreds of quality pre-owned trucks you can drive home today. Make car buying simple when you click Drive Your Deal on hundreds of pre-owned trucks at simmons-rockwell.com.
So welcome back, 1-1, bottom of the 7th. Jake Ponicello at the plate. And 1 pitch, 1 out. Wide Argenteri. Oops. Two and 1 to Argenteri. Nice pitching, like we said, on the mound is Benitez, who works very quickly. I don't want to keep zooming into him because Argenteri for a base hit. Wyatt, who is Hornell's hottest hitter coming in, batting .333, is 1 for 3 today now. He's batting his average, or even today, he's .333 for today. Is that right? Batting his average today? Yeah, I guess that's right. Never said I was a great announcer. Yeah, no, Argenteri doesn't need to get picked off. Nice job by Luke Stewart for Livonia, just hanging on to the ball. Seeing if he could get Wyatt to step off. Wyatt took off. Cullen Haley foul tip. It's going to be hard to throw out Wyatt. He's a speed demon. Alex Benitez, of course, he's a great catcher for Livonia. Be an interesting challenge here to see. It's going to be a throw over to first, watch. Yep. Oh, and 2 to Cullen Haley. That's high. 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. 1-1. The Livonia Bulldogs and Hornell Red Raiders. Oh, he didn't get him. He was safe. That is not a good call, but that's unfortunate when you don't have two officials here. Yeah, he was safe. Even I could tell that by the naked eye here. He looked safe. And it looked like Wyatt hurt himself. Pulled something, but I think he was definitely safe. It's hard to tell 100% from that, but it looked like he was definitely back. Hornell does have an athletic trainer. And it probably wouldn't have mattered anything. The only bad thing to come out of that was it looked like Argenteri hurt himself, so he's going to have to come out of the game as well. I don't see him running out there. He is. That's odd. It looked like he was really seriously hurt there for a second. Now he's running out there like he's fine. So we go to the top of the 8th. We'll be back.
Laura and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of our veterans, especially those who have served or are currently serving overseas.
Here at the Dagan Funeral Home, we take pride in serving the funeral needs of our veterans. We can arrange military services and, if desired, burial in a VA cemetery. We will provide an American flag, a veteran's cemetery marker, and can also apply for military death benefits.
The Dagan Funeral Home, 5 generations of the Dagan family.
From the southern tier to Rochester to Buffalo, people come from all around to get the great deals here at Maple City Dodge.
We always choose Maple City Dodge for their sales and service, especially their customer service.
That's why you should come to Maple City Dodge.
There's nowhere else I'd rather go than Maple City Dodge. Gary Harwood always goes the extra length to make sure my babies and I are happy and safe.
Here at Maple City Dodge, we're committed to our customer for great deals and great service. Come on in and see us.
So top of the 8th we go. One score. Good cut by Luke Stewart and the fastball by Haley. Colin Haley still in here through the 8th. Like I said, I think they have pitch counts, obviously, or not. I won't say obviously because I think they do, but in Haley, because there's been a lot of like one pitch pop outs and stuff like that, it's got to be pretty low in the pitch count today. That one popped out of play. Two and two. Foul back. Good battle here by Stewart. Just to let you know how fast this game has gone. Nice play by Nazca. We're an hour and 36 minutes into this game, and we're in the 8th inning. That's the fastest game I've done in probably 4 years. So just great pitching by both Connor Benitez for Livonia and Cullen Haley for Hornell. Had a game that ran 3 hours and 10 minutes this year, a 7-inning game for Hornell. So that just kind of tells you this game is half the amount of time, and we're another inning on top of that. You know, obviously when you change a lot of pitching, that's what we had. Both pitchers have gone the distance so far. And like I mentioned, a lot of 1-pitch or 2-pitch outs. And some great fielding by both teams. It's always fun when these two teams, and I love doing the games, whether it be soccer, baseball, football, softball, wrestling, anything between these two teams. It's always kind of fun. There's strike 3. So Jake Watkins goes down for the second out. And I was shocked. Like I said, I'm running everything off a battery system, and it's a battery system that we plug into. So there's actually plugs, outlets, and it's amazing technology. This stuff, I can't imagine having this stuff 30 years ago when I started, how much easier everything would be. One and one. And I'll kind of show you what my setup is here before going to the bottom of the... I'm not sure, did he call that a strike or a ball? 1 and 2, he called it a strike. It's hard to tell because, like I said, I'm just relying on the umpire, and sometimes he goes strike like you see, I don't know, is it different? Oh, and he rings him up, strike 3. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th. Hornell's going to meet up here. So just to show you what I've got here, I obviously have the camera that's filming everything, and then there's a monitor right there that I can watch what's on. And then a iPad that I keep the score that I can change, and if you look on the scoreboard I can change it to balls, the other balls and strikes and stuff. That's how that appears. And on this side there's another monitor that keeps track of the switching system that puts the commercials in, and the commercials are on a little player there. There's my mobile hotspot. AT&T hotspot, and then right there's the power outlet system, because unfortunately these don't work on batteries, these switching systems or the system that's playing the actual commercials. So that's the thing is into that battery system right there. Pretty neat and efficient system. I can take it on the road. It's just kind of a pain in the butt when you go and try to set up in some of the facilities, even like Livonia and stuff like that. Like that, I'd love to have them put a platform up somewhere, even because I have a camera system now. Like I said, you can put it in the outfield. Or if I could set up in the outfield at Livonia, you'd get me behind the batter, and I could put one on the side and do multi-camera and stuff. So we could do that. It's just tough on the road because it's, you know, just the facilities aren't there. They don't have kind of the stadium set up like this. If you've never been to Hornell, you got this big stadium here that was obviously when I played football for Hornell, this is where we played. This was the only stadium around. When my mother was here in high school, the stadium was out in the outfield. It was facing this way, and that burned down. So bottom of the 8th, Riley Cullen. That's where, when you get to the collegiate, it's great baseball just because you got the pitchers that are throwing close to 100 miles an hour and over. Reed Van Scooter actually played for the Hornell Dodgers. Hornell Dodgers won the championship that year. I think it was Reed, wasn't it? I can't remember anymore. Yeah, it was three years ago. And Cullen goes down. Don't forget to give us a like on YouTube. Just press the like button. Second baseman Dominic Naska up. Oh, and 2. Chops one foul. Not even chops one. It was sent foul. Airmails it. And it's going to go out of play, so Naska's going to have to stop. And it's too bad, obviously, with ball, but it obviously works both ways for both teams. But it goes out of play with 1 out. So Naska, whose class rank is 3rd. Very smart group of kids on this team. So 1 out. Naska on second. So Pico, Gennaro Pico, the third baseman, who only had 1 hit this year. This would be ideal for him to bust out. And what I say, and he bobbles it. It's going to be a game winner by Pico. Great job, Gennaro. Oh, what a beautiful job. What a time for his second hit. Hats off to Livonia, who played a heck of a game today, and great on the mound by Connor Benitez. Hornell wins it in walk-off fashion. I got chills. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, tomorrow, Hornell travels to Wellsville. Again, Hornell wins this one 2-1 walk-off by Gennaro Pico to win it. Hornell moves to 6-4 on the year. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a good night.